12 spots remain, and 5+ drivers prepare to battle for those final 2 spots. Who will lock themselves into the playoffs in tonight's regular season finale? Live from the world-famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the SNB Cup Series regular season finale, the Big and J Brickyard 200 live on LSR TV. Hi, everybody. I'm Greg Rentz. Wesley Outland is running just a hair late tonight. He will be joining us before we get too far into tonight's race. Also with us tonight is Charles Wooten, directing the production tonight from the director's seat, located down in Texas, as we get set for a regular season finale of a series that has been so competitive. So many fast cars week in and week out. Seems like every single week you've got 3 or 4 cars that can realistically park it in victory lane. 8 different winners this season in the playoffs, getting set here to start their playoffs. For the rest of the drivers on the outside looking in, it's all about tonight. Winning you're in for those drivers below the cutoff line. For those drivers not highlighted in green, you'll see the names on the bar. Ticker comes up, practice winding down. 8 drivers have won a race. They have locked themselves into the playoffs. 2 spots remains. A quick look at the race facts brought to you by Race On Texas. 30 minutes of practice just wrapping up. We're going to have 2 laps of qualifying coming up here from the historic 2.5 mile oval in Indianapolis, Indiana, before we turn them loose for 80 laps here at the Brickyard 200 presented by Big and J. Braxton Deweese at the top of the board right now in his number 15. 2 wins on the year for the young Deweese. He has won 2 points races plus the non-points all-star race, which was ran as a result of some issues with the iRacing server, which is why we pushed it back a week. We were supposed to have run this race last week and be done with the regular season starting the playoffs. However, we had the issues which led to us having to push it back a week. So Deweese won that all-star race. He sits on top of the board. Tucker Wingo, the only other driver to go a 49-second lap. The rest of them 50 on down. Deweese and Wingo both locked in. Deweese with 2 wins on the year, 1 win for Tucker Wingo in the 99. The driver with the most wins on the season was your winner last week for his 3rd win of the season. Talking, of course, about Spencer Hardis in the 9. But there you see it right there. These are your drivers and how they stack up. You see Ely right there in the 54. He is currently above the cutoff line. The drivers in green, they are the drivers that are locked into the playoffs with the way their season's gone. Braxton Deweese, Tucker Wingo, Ross Tatum, Josh Altus, Rob Sherwood, Spencer Hardison, Caleb Smith, Matt Gilliams. They have all won races. They are into the playoffs. Now, the question remains, those drivers in red, black, and blue, all fighting for their playoff lives here. A win gets them in, but remains to be seen how it can go. And we have one other mix-up. You may notice we mentioned 2 names that were locked, or 2 spots still available. You're only seeing 1 blue. That is because Evan Coleman, who is in the blue, in the top 10, not in the field. Could be disastrous for his playoffs. Here, I believe, our producer might correct me if I'm wrong on this. I believe this is how it can shake down. The green drivers are in. They're locked in. If I had to guess, and I'm guessing here, if I'm wrong, our production team will let me know. The drivers in blue, which would be Jack Ely, he is the one who's currently above the playoff cut line. If I had to guess, I would say the drivers in black, Stooksbury, Slavosky, Helms, Terry, and Peterson, I think those are your drivers that can still mathematically get in on points. And the drivers in red are drivers that need to win this race. Yeah. I believe that's how it breaks down.
Yeah, we'll quickly unmute here so we can tell the fans here exactly what's going on too, as Wesley not here from the production in Texas, of course. Yes, the green are locked in. The blue are... they're locked in unless someone in the red wins. Mathematically, the top 19 in points, so 11th through 19th, are still mathematically in the chase for it. However, they would need a win here today. So 11th through 19th in the red. We have 11th through 16th highlighted. It was already in there. Too late to change it. But again, 11th through 19th. So the red names, if they win, they will bump Ely or Coleman out. Other than that, Ely and Coleman will be locked into the final 10 moving into next week's race.
So that's how it shakes down. That's what you got to keep your eyes on here in this one for the 80-lap main event. As you watch Jack Ely into number 54, you're going to want to keep your eye on this teal and white 54 Ford, because he is the driver in blue. He is the one fighting for his playoff life. With Coleman not here, Ely's got to be breathing a little bit easier than he was probably around 3 o'clock this afternoon, but not out of the woods just yet. Yes, his job just got a little easier, but it's going to get a lot harder right there with that hit to the wall and nosing it into the wall. Jack Ely, he's only going to get one shot at the qualifying lap. Mate Tucker in the number 99 to up a regular season championship. Several drivers still in the mix for that. Wingo has been very strong. He almost catches the wall in the exact same spot as his teammate 54 of Wingo, remember, or the 54 of Ely. Talking about the 99 of Wingo, almost catching the wall there. He won that caution-filled race at New Hampshire earlier this season, just race number 2 on the year to lock himself into the playoffs. Keenan Massey, the first driver to lay down a time. Tyler Stooksbury and Robbie Helms both lay down times. Now Stooksbury on top in the number 19. New man on top. And once again going to 49 is Braxton Deweese in the number 15. 2 wins on the season for the Toyota. There he is. And Braxton, it looks like he's going to sit on that one lap as Caleb Smith from Team CEM goes in second. There's Cody Fournette in the 14, completing his first lap at a 50.69. It's Deweese, Wingo, Smith, your top 3 right now. All 3 of them are locked in. Deweese with 2 wins on the year. Wingo again won in New Hampshire. Smith was the winner at Dover in the number 12 to lock in. So a lot of drivers with a lot of wins between them here. Only 2 repeat winners on the season. Hard to believe that the only drivers to win more than 1 race this year are Braxton Deweese and Spencer Hardison. Deweese with 2, Hardison with 3 as you watch Fournette in the number 14, the third driver of Baps Racing Enterprises, the teammate with Ely and Wingo, trying to lock himself in with a big win here tonight at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 200 regular season finale. A guy that I'm going to be watching is the number 88 of Matt Dyer. Here's why. Here he is sitting on pit road. Last week in the race that we were unfortunately not able to stream on LSR TV, but Flat Out Racing Network, one of Dyer's teammates, Tom Bourne, said, if Dyer's going to get himself into the playoffs, it's going to be here. This is one of his best tracks, and he has a real shot at getting himself into the playoffs here tonight. It starts now with his qualifying effort. Matt Dyer in the number 88, ready to rock and roll to try to get himself into the playoffs. He's had so much speed, came so close to that win at Charlotte. That was won by Braxton Deweese with the bold 3 or 4 wide move at the end. So close so many times this season. Now heads to one of his best tracks on the schedule to get ready and take a shot here for a spot in the playoffs. Chasing Deweese right now. The only driver to go 49 second lap in qualifying. Wingo was the only other driver to run a 49 all day so far. Here tonight, 19 drivers in the field. Dyer coming around to take the green flag about halfway through this 10-minute qualifying session. Dyer, 88, begins his qualifying lap. Tom Bourne, my co-announcer last week, said this is probably his best racetrack. So how Dyer can do. He's done good on the big tracks so far this season. What he can get done here tonight. Also notable that have yet to go out and qualify as we watch Dyer. 3 playoff drivers, Altus, Sherwood, and Hardison. Jacob Grant also yet to go out in the number 52. Pillsbury has yet to take a shot at a qualifying lap. As we watch Dyer come off of turn number 4, needs to beat that 49. to get ready. As it comes around, white flag, first lap going to be 50.528 for Dyer. See where that puts him on the board, 8th. Watch for the second lap to be quicker. No, he's going to hit the wall, and that's going to end it there. And Dyer's quest, as he gets stuck in the guardrail, good news for him is he has a backup car ready to come out of the trailer because he's going to need it after that. As we watch Daytona winner Josh Altus in the number 94 won that Daytona race under controversial circumstances, but now he has a shot to bookend the season or regular season with 2 wins and get ready for a shot at the regular season championship. Him and Deweese locked in a big battle here for this one. Altus continues to lead. Go around. Indianapolis, about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Off of turn number 4. Altus. On the front stretch. Time in at a 15.370. We'll see where that ranks him. He goes to 8th. Right behind Ross Tatum. Altus with a bit of a slide. Wesley Outland on his way up to the tower right now. Still not quite set up, but we will have Wesley hopefully for the start of this race. There's 2 minutes left in the qualifying session. Altus down the back stretch, ready to take his shot here at this second lap of qualifying. By the better starting position. Locked in that battle with Deweese for the best, or the regular season championship. Got my Cup Series mixed up. Broadcast here on LSR TV. Altus coming down, checker flag, and it's a tick slower on that second lap. So unless Hardison, Grant, or Slavotsky can get something here, is Hardison on track now. 3 wins on the year, including last week a dominant performance at Homestead last week for Hardison in the number 9. Trying to get his 4th win of the season to close it out. Hardison. Down. First lap in the books, 50.196. One of the fastest first laps of the day. But that slide's not going to help him. That slide is not going to help him. Understand, after the second lap, we're going to cut to commercial to get Wesley all dialed in. And it looks like that's going to do it right there for Hardison, as that slide's going to be too costly. Still no sign yet of Jacob Grant. So while we wait for that, 1 minute left in qualifying. We're going to take a quick commercial break, make sure Wesley's all set to go, and when we come back, we'll be ready to take the green flag for the Big and J Brickyard 200 regular season finale for the SNB Cup Series.
Deadly Dust from Big and J Long Range Attractors. Deadly Dust is a true hybrid sweet corn. Over 50% sweet corn. Deadly Dust has a very powerful aroma and the sweet, sweet taste of whitetails love and crave. Add Deadly Dust to your field corn or use it on its own, but ultimately Deadly Dust will increase your success rate in the woods. Deadly Dust from Big and J Long Range Attractors.
About over, and as a matter of fact, it is over. Let's go.
Welcome back here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are ready to go racing for the SNB Series. Greg Prince Wesley Outland. This is the last race of the regular season. Greg, before the playoffs, let's give them the starting lineup as we get ready to go racing, my friend. Go ahead.
ComServe Wireless starting lineup. Braxton Deweese with the pole once again into number 15 and the lead in the green. Tucker Wingo to his outside, the New Hampshire winner. Keep your eyes on Caleb Smith into number 12. He starts third, the Dover winner, looking for a big run. Also his teammate Spencer Hardison, a dominating performance last week at Homestead, looking to finish out the regular season with 4 wins, which would lead the series. Tyler Stooksberry, a top 5 qualifying effort into number 19. With Jack Ely to his outside, Keenan Massey to number 4, still looking for that first victory of the season for him to lock himself into the playoffs. Ross Tatum, Martinsville winner, starts in 8th. Josh Altus and Matt Dyer round out the top 10, Wesley.
So there's your top 10 starters moving on a row. Number 6 going to be Cody Fournette in the 14. Brockton Packard in the number 24. Row 7. Going to find these other drivers as they continue to battle it out for position. It is going to be Rob Sherwood and Robbie Helms, the top 14. Row number 8. These drivers get ready here at Indy. Matthew Gilliams, the Darlington winner. He'll be to the outside along with a driver that has improved in the last couple of weeks, Cody Terry in the 22.
The final 3 drivers that will take the green flag will be Zach Peterson in the number 96 and Jacob Grant, who did not qualify but needs a win to get himself into the playoffs. He starts 18th. Logan Slavosky will start shotgun on the field, but no sign yet of the number 13 car on the grid as we await the final cars to go, and he is not going to make it to grid as he missed the start of the race. We'll see if he makes it out there, but we are rolling 18 cars strong to take the green flag here as we wait to see if Logan Slavosky can get the 13 car fired up. But Wesley, they're going to be coming to green flag here. 80 laps of the Brickyard. What you thinking?
So this is going to be 80 laps, of course, 200 miles, the distance on this 2.5 mile facility. That's Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What a better fitting track. What do you think to close out the regular season? NASCAR's done it a while. Now we're going to see the boys of the SNB Cup Series do it here virtually. It should be a good race when we come to green.
Coming to green, Deweese, Wingo, your front row. 8 drivers are locked in. Wesley, a huge development. Evan Coleman, who was above the playoff cut line coming into tonight, he would have been in the blue. Not here tonight. Gonna miss the start of this one. Evan Coleman.
Man, that's heartbreak.
Hearing that,
understanding he will be good to advance to the playoffs, Greg, as long as a driver in red does not beat him tonight.
So
this should be fun.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on. If a driver in green, blue, or black wins the race, Coleman makes the playoffs. But if one of those red drivers is able to get in, Coleman, his playoffs will come to an end. Deweese set to take the green flag with Tucker Wingo. Here we go. 80 laps at the famed Brickyard. 80 laps, 200 miles. Who kisses the bricks and who's going to the playoffs? Here we go, back underway at Indianapolis, coming to complete lap number 1. Deweese, Wingo, and Smith, your top 3. Deweese is going to come by, get that first lap led. 1 down, 79 to go. Deweese out to the lead early. Remember, this series went caution-free at Homestead last week. Here for 134 laps. What do they have up their sleeves for 80 here tonight to finish off the regular season? Ely in the number 54, playoff driver above the blue. He also did not start the green race in the number 54. So both drivers entering tonight that were above the playoff cut line did not make the start of the race. No sign of Ely in the 54. Bellarmine Story, we'll watch for him, see if there's any sign of him, but a crucial shakeup here in this one, and believe Jack Ely. Oh, we got confirmation of what happened. Jack Ely had connection issues right at the start of the race. He did take the green flag, but he did not complete a lap. Connection issues right at the start of the race. Jack Ely tried to take the green flag. Now he has to hope that a driver in red does not win as well. I believe he would be good, as he would hold the spot over Coleman in the case of that, but Ely, his playoffs just got a whole lot more nerve-wracking.
And Greg, as we continue to see the opening lap unfold here at Indianapolis, we would be hard-pressed to say Braxton DeWeese, what a phenomenal season he's had. Look for now his fourth, what would be his third win, fourth if he wins the All-Star race, obviously. This young driver is truly a talent watching down the stretch as we approach the playoffs. But don't count out Tucker Wingo, the New Hampshire winner. Caleb Smith, look at all the green, drivers that have won races in the regular season, and now in this final race before the playoffs, anything can happen. It'll be a great race here at Indianapolis. We're in the opening laps, but right now the money's on Braxton DeWeese in 15.
2 wins on the year for DeWeese, 3 including the All-Star race. The leader in wins is Spencer Hardison in the number 9 with 3. That dominating win last week at New Hampshire. Homestead sent a message moving in here to the playoffs that Hardison was going to be tough to beat. Here he sits in 4th right now. Stooksbury behind him in 5th. Keep your eyes on Stooksbury as well, trying to play spoiler here at the Brickyard.
5 laps in of 80. DeWeese, Wingo, Smith, Hardison, Stooksbury currently in the top 5. Altus, the Daytona winner. And you know, Greg, I heard you kind of mentioning earlier, it has been a while since Joshua Altus has won anything on the series since Daytona.
It has. He has run very well. His team has won a few races this year, MP Motorsports, and they actually lead the team point standings, but Altus has yet not visited victory lane since Daytona. He's been fast. It feels like he has been in the mix for a win every single week. One of the only drivers who's able to claim that he's been up at the front just about every single week and leading laps just about every single week, but he has not won since Daytona. And he ended with the 2 jewels, Daytona and Indianapolis, as his regular season victories. Remember, he's locked in a battle with DeWeese for the regular season championship as well.
Watching them work their way off of what would be the short, now the back straightaway here at the Brickyard. The yard of bricks here in Indianapolis, virtually the racing capital of the world. DeWeese out in front of the 15. Wingo, followed by Hardison there, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Smith, Stooksbury will round out the top 5, and still a lot of racing here left to go. But I'm so impressed by the strong opportunities being showed by the green cars. Out of the top 10, 7 in green that have won, trying to win again, and pull an upset here on these other drivers. But I mentioned Tyler Stooksbury, Greg. Could today be the day for him in that 19? He's in 7th spot right now. You see the black, that means he's out of contention, but if he wins, you can put a green bar on his name to the playoffs.
It would be a miracle for Tyler Stooksbury if he can pull this one off. You know who I'm watching, Wesley? It's his high 5 teammate. It's the 52 of Jacob Grant. Remember, he did not qualify. He elected to start at the back of the field and work his way up. He's already +6. Jacob Grant in the 52, trying to make his way into the playoffs. He's +6 already. I was kind of puzzled that he did not attempt to qualify, but looks like he made the right calls. He's already up 12 positions. I think Grant mainly just didn't want to take any chances on getting involved in something at the start of the race to get going here, and has worked his way up 6 spots and just trying to pick them off one at a time. Remember, 50% fuel capacity in these cars as well. 5 tires or 5 sets of tires on pit road plus the 4 you start on. That makes 6.
Right.
So 5 pit stops for tires maximum today, plus any fuel stops they get. That's going to really play a factor in this one, because you're going to have to get about 15 laps out of a set of tires here in this race. No easy task at Indianapolis.
No, it's not. As again, we are working now lap 10 coming up. We're on lap number 8 as they come to the front straightaway here. The yard of bricks down the straightaway, cross the line. So a lot of racing here left to go here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The next round in the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Charles Wooten in the house on the production chair. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland. Apologize for coming on the air a couple of minutes late. I had basketball announcing obligations with CRN Sports. And, Greg, I was thinking I'd have finished up. Bingo, ready to go in time. One game went into overtime, and it kind of delayed things for about 10 minutes, but quickly got back here. We're set up, we're rolling. DeWeese and Wingo are the drivers in the 1 and 2 spot. Smith and Hardison, 3rd and 4th, along with Altus in the top 5. And again, no change in this position. And to be honest with you, we're kind of still early going here at Indianapolis. Nobody's really making any...
Wesley having some more technical issues there, and again, he was trying to get it set up and trying to get it in a scramble before the race. So we apologize for that. Wesley's going to continue trying to get it dialed in as Deweese leads the way. Wingo in 2nd, Smith 3rd. There's Wesley.
There we go. Sorry about that, man. Don't know what happened there.
So we'll see how it goes. Wesley, we got an update. We're expecting about 17 to 18 laps on fuel in this race. 80 laps the distance, 17 to 18 laps on fuel, 5 sets of tires on. So strategy is definitely going to be an issue here tonight to see how it all goes at this race. 50% fuel capacity, 5 sets of tires on pit road. What can we expect for this one?
Man, I just think right now we're just kind of in this mindset of just knock off as many laps as you can. It's still very, very early in the going, so don't really want to make any mistakes right now. And obviously, it's only 10 laps in. We got 70 laps to go. I think we need to get to probably halfway, and then Greg, then I think the intensity of the race will pick up.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting the same thing, Wesley. Expecting a big ramp up of intensity in the second half of the race. Luis has led every lap thus far, about 5 to 6 laps away from our first round of pit stops. Luis 2 wins on the year. Wingo will win at New Hampshire. Smith will win at Dover. Hardison 3 wins on the season. All 3 of them coming at 1.5-mile tracks. Kansas, Chicago, and Homestead. This is a 2.5-mile one, but Hardison very strong once again. Then you got a battle going on between Altus and Tatum right now. Altus and Tatum, 2 drivers with wins as well. Altus, Daytona. Tatum, Martinsville. Remember, Tatum had the controversial win at Martinsville using the bump and run to that one, and a lot of drivers weren't happy with that one, but Tatum said, you know what, hey, that's what you got to do to get in the playoffs. And Tatum been strong since then. Here he is battling with Altus for 5th, but no, Altus going to short pit here. We are expecting him to go about 5 more laps, but Altus coming down pit road, saw the side of him a little bit last week, trying some different pit strategy to try to get something going here. Looks like he's all by himself on this one, so Altus short pitting here on this first run, setting up perhaps to try to throw the other drivers off their strategy.
Understanding around 16 to 18 laps will be the pit window as we have pit stops underway. Again, as you just mentioned, Joshua Altus on the pit lane in the car. Number 94, he is in the pits. And understanding from strategy also that if you pit 13 laps, that could be a sequence of making pit stops in this 80-lap race to take you to the finish, Greg, if this race did go caution-free.
Last week in Homestead went caution-free. Here comes Tucker Wingo in the 99 from second place. So, wonder if that kind of called his bluff in the 99 camp, seeing Altus come down pit road like that. The good news is this racetrack is so long and the lap times are so long here that I don't think Altus is going to lose a lap. Oh, I believe he no, he's going to be good on losing a lap. He's going to be okay. Yeah. So you will stay on the lead lap when you pit.
I think he's going to be all right. We keep on going here.
So now the question is, who's next? We already saw Altus and Wingo come down pit road. Remember, Wingo, he lost one of his teammates out there, talking about Jack Ely. Cody Fournette came down pit road, so he is the teammate to Tucker Wingo, the third driver of that team. So with that, I'm thinking that was planned on the BAPS Racing Enterprises drivers. Still no sign of anyone else coming down pit road yet, so everyone else seems to be locked in on that 17-18 lap strategy so far.
And you know, Greg, the thing is this, we're still so early in the going. There's a lot of racing left to go. And Indianapolis is one of those tracks that can really play mind games with you. 1 minute it could be a caution-filled race, green caution. But I think we're in this long green flag run stretch now. We're starting to see these cycle of green flag pit stops. And we're just seeing sheer dominance right now of Braxton DeWeese. Nobody can really hang with the 15, but he's not come to the pits yet.
He has opened it up 4 seconds here over Caleb Smith. Believe we're going to see Tyler Stooksbury make the turn on the pit road this time in the number 19 as he's letting off. He's going to come down pit road. Following Keenan Massey, his teammate. So two of the high five drivers coming down pit road now, 4 and 19. Braxton DeWeese staying out there right now in the number 15. He is also a member of High Five Racing. So they're trying something different here. Jacob Grant, the other driver of High Five, also out there. So kind of a split bag there in the High Five camp. 2 on, 2 still yet to go. Our producers said they're thinking DeWeese is going to come this time. We'll see what he elects to do. Remember, we haven't seen any of CEM on pit road yet either. Talking about the drivers in second and third, Caleb Smith and Spencer Hardison. Matt Dyer on that camp as well in fifth right now. They have yet to come down either.
And we still await to see if Braxton DeWeese is going to stay out. He'll stay on track.
Stayed out another lap.
He will. He's going to stretch this as far as he can. Caleb Smith now to second. Spencer Hardison third. Ross Tatum. Matt Dyer in the top 5. He is the driver that's in red that honestly, Greg, I would love to see him win, the man out of California, because he has come so close so many times and gets snake bit at the home stretch. Could tonight be the night? He's up 5 spots right now in 5th.
Doing a nice job in the number 88, trying to get the last playoff spot. And remember, both drivers that were above the cut line entering tonight having issues. Evan Coleman, he is here, but he's not out there on the racetrack. He's helping his CEM teammates right now. So kind of curious why Evan Coleman did not make the race here tonight, knowing that he's fighting for a playoff spot.
He's on pit road.
Took the green flag. DeWeese coming down pit road. And Caleb Smith following him. That's going to give the lead to Hardison.
Spencer Hardison will now go to the lead. Ross Tatum now to second. The only way that Coleman can be knocked out of the playoffs is if a red driver, which is Dyer, Grant, Packard, Fournette, or Massey, win the race tonight.
If one of those drivers with a red bar on their name, you heard Wesley mention it, Matt Dyer, Jacob Grant, Brockton Packard, Cody Fournette, Keenan Massey. One of those 5 drivers do not win tonight, Ely and Coleman are in. However, if one of them do win, one of those 2 is out, and I believe it would be Coleman, as Ely attempted the race but did not take the green flag. So Evan Coleman feeling confident that those drivers might not be able to get it done. Here comes Hardison in the 9. Fire coming. Well, also hearing mathematically, Peterson, Terry, and Helms can get in with a win as well. So they were supposed to be in the red bars. Terry, Peterson, and Helms also mathematically eligible as well with a win. If it's Stewksbury wins, unfortunately, he missed too many races in the middle of the season, so he would be out of the playoffs. However, everyone else, they can lock in with a win. So
I don't know if you caught that or not. Greg, but Peter, the number 9, Spencer Hardison, first shot is pit stall, the second or two on the plane because of that.
Oh, it's Hardison. Troubles on pit road. Ross Tatum coming down pit road, as is Jacob Grant. That's going to cycle the lead around, I believe, to Brockton Packard, who's very slow on the racetrack, Wesley. Something has happened to Brockton Packard because he was very, very slow coming down pit road. And I'm wondering if he may have caught the wall. Trying to get a look at the 24
coming in.
Because he was very, very slow in turn 4. Much slower than the rest of the field coming down pit road.
So this is going to cycle it around to Tucker Wingo as the leader. Joshua Altus, the Daytona winner, right behind him. Wingo 9 as we have more on the pit lane, including now Ross Tatum, Jacob Grant, Brockton Packard. You mentioned his problem. They're coming into the pits, and we're about to be 1/4 of the way through this thing. 20 laps next time by.
They're going to be 1/4 distance. Deweese led the whole first run, but he is going to wind up 4th on the board once this is all done. Fournette was able to get in front of him as well. So Wingo, Altus, Fournette, Deweese, Massey will be the running order when we come around to complete the cycle of pit stops, which is now complete as Tatum and Grant pull off onto the racetrack. Wingo going to come by and lead the lap. The New Hampshire winner feeling the heat from Altus. So for Josh Altus, this has to feel all too familiar from last week, having chased someone right after around the pit stops, and we'll see how it sorts out from here. Standing Deweese 5 lap fresher tires than Cody Fournette right now into number 14. So watch for the 15 to really be able to eat away at Fournette. It was 2 seconds difference last time. We'll see what it is this time. As you can see it on the ticker shrinking by the minute. Here, Deweese trying to reel in Fournette for 3rd and then go after Wingo and Altus. Deweese the freshest tires out of all these guys.
As Wingo still continues to lead the way in that 99. Altus to 2nd. Fournette, one of the red cars, one of the red bubble cars you see with the red ticker. If he wins this race, he will advance to the postseason. The champion, the play tonight. Speaking of another championship. Can you hear me now? Speaking of next week's race, the race at Phoenix, the truck race tomorrow night has been postponed till Monday night. Next Monday night, that should be a great battle. 4 drivers for the championship in the Northwest Truck Series. Greg Rance for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs.
Yeah, the reason for that is one of the playoff drivers, we're not sure which one it was, but one of those final 4 was not able to make it to the championship race, which was scheduled to be tomorrow due to other conflicts. Now, the reason everyone might be thinking was the championship race. Why wouldn't you be able to do it? Well, the championship got pushed back a week, much like here on the SNB Cup Series. It got pushed back a week due to some issues. So that series was originally scheduled to be done by now. It wouldn't have been a problem. But with the change in schedule, it became a conflict, so they decided to go on Monday night. So definitely going to be interesting seeing the trucks on a Monday night here on LSR TV for their championship race. And Sean Brightsman in that race, he's trying to repeat history and do what he did in the Cup Series, do it again in the Truck Series. But we'll talk about that when the time has come, because Braxton Deweese just got around Altus for 2nd.
Certainly did. Put Deweese now to the number 2 spot. And now, as we were told, he has about 5 laps fresher tires on everyone else. And he is closing in on that interval of 1.3 seconds, now 1.2 seconds and faster. running down Tucker Wingo for the lead on the front straightaway as we put now lap 25 on the board next time by.
Just past the quarter of the way through this one. Wingo leading, but Deweese reeling him in. Deweese, the fastest car on the racetrack, has been the fastest car all day here at Indianapolis and has been able to transfer it over to the race. We'll see what he can do when he gets up to Wingo, because remember, Wesley, catching's one thing, passing's another, but Deweese has had little to no issue getting around drivers so far, but this is going to be a pass for the lead if he can get up here to Wingo. So expect Wingo to definitely not lay over for Braxton Deweese, as Wingo in race trim has been the only guy to have anything for Deweese all day long, but you can see the difference those 5 laps on the tires is making.
Straight away into turn number 1. As Wingo and Deweese right there, 1 and 2. Here they work their way through the short chute. There's a battle for the lead now. Deweese looking on the inside. He's got that run on the bottom. He's in the preferred line on Wingo. Here they come side by side to the back straightaway. Deweese on the inside. He'll go to the lead.
Braxton Deweese back to the lead in par number 15. 25 laps in the books. Deweese out in front once again, but look at Wingo tack right onto the bumper of Deweese and go after Deweese, trying to stick with him. Deweese finally able to break away going through turn 3 here. Now coming up on turn number 4, Deweese leading the way. Come by and lead the lap. His second stint out in front, led the entire first stint of the race before the pit stops. And here we are, we're already halfway to the next round of pit stops, as these drivers only have 50% fuel capacity in their cars. One of the rules of the SNB Cup Series, 50% fuel capacity, very similar to another series that we've seen on LSR TV, the Straight Cash Money Series on Sunday mornings. Myself and Justin Prince will be on the call for trucks at iRacing Super Speedway Sunday morning. Make sure you set a reminder for that one. Another 50% fuel capacity race like we're seeing tonight. But Braxton Deweese, he's out front right now in the 15, doing a phenomenal job trying to break away from Wingo. He's been the fastest car all day, and here he is once again doing it. Deweese looks to be very similar to what Spencer Hardison was able to do last week. Fastest car on the track, and as long as he's good on pit road, going to be sitting very pretty for the race win.
Yeah, looking really strong right now. Is again so far flag, no problems. Long green flag cycles of pit stops took place around before 20, and now as we approach lap number 6, out in front, getting around Wingo. Altus right there in third. They're 1, 2, and 3, working their way back. I believe Fournette.
Caleb Smith closing in on Fournette. Smith, the Dover winner, he's locked into the playoffs, but he wants to end this on a stamp. Remember, he was also in the mix for that regular season championship, entering last week at Homestead, trying to get up there and get a win here at the Brickyard to try to get this one going for the playoffs. Cody Fournette, he's up 7 positions from the start of the race. However, he had to do it off of pit strategy, pitting early with his teammate Tucker Wingo, staying on the same strategy. Joshua Altus short pit in the 94. He was the first one down pit road. He's in third right now. Seems to be working for now. But that was kind of an interesting call for Altus to go down as early as he did. The rest of his team didn't join him on that lap. Talking about Rob Sherwood, Robbie Helms, Zach Peterson, Cody Terry and company. They did not join him on that pit stop. They had to work their way down at separate times. So Altus, kind of an interesting move there.
Braxton Deweese continues to stay out in front. We're looking out at Altus there, the 94 machine, the Daytona winner back when the season started. Been lying in the weeds. Could tonight be the night where he wins the first race of the regular season and the final race of the regular season before the postseason starts, when they begin the fight for a championship next Wednesday?
We may start seeing the second round of the pit stops here shortly. Altus has already gone longer than that first run, so he's creeping up on the maximum fuel run here, as he only went 12 laps that first run. He has gone 17 this time, so Altus getting pretty close to that window of coming down pit road. Just how long until the 94 makes the turn, and he's slowing down. I think we might know he's going to go an extra lap, but I believe I saw Fournette keying up. He's coming down pit road in the 14. Wingo as well. So the BAPS Racing Enterprises driver staying on the same strategy. Altus, though, able to stretch it longer this time. The short pit maybe not working out the way he wanted, but we have our first set of our second round of pit stops. It's the teammates Wingo and Fournette.
Second round of green flag stops underway, as here comes Wingo and Grant also on the pit lane. That is the strategy underway as we put 30 laps on the board. Next time by, DeWeese still continues to lead, and remember, pressure everyone else, and I believe DeWeese will take advantage of that, and he'll probably pit around lap 35 to 37.
So we'll see how it goes. His strategy. Here comes Altus into number 94. Keenan Massey coming with him as well. Tyler Stooksbury. So much like what we saw the first time with the high five guys, Massey and Stooksbury coming down pit road while Grant and DeWeese stay out. We saw that work with them last time. Actually, Grant's coming off pit road now, so Grant pitted early this time. He came down on the same lap as DeWeese. This time, he pits a lap before the rest of his teammates. DeWeese still out there. Remember, DeWeese was one of the last drivers down pit road, so he could possibly go another 3 or 4 laps. See how it sorts out. He's got a big lead, 7 seconds over Caleb Smith and Matt Dyer and Spencer Hardison. CEM 2-3-4 right now. Then you find Tatum, who has joined Blackjack Racing with Brockton Packard for the second half of the season. DeWeese still out there in the 15. No sign of Smith, Dyer, or Hardison coming. Tatum stays out. Sherwood yet to come down in the 29, as has Gilliams. So the top 7 have yet to come down pit road. Cody Terry down pit road. Stooksbury getting going. So the top 7 have yet to pit, Wesley.
Caleb Smith, the number 2, Matt Dyer, sitting in third, but 10 seconds back, 7 seconds back is Smith to the leader. That's the lead. That's the big margin that Braxton has over Pack. Is there you see now these drivers working their way back around the racetrack. Closing in not only on green flag pit stops for the second go around. There's Ross Tatum in the number 1. But Greg, it's been flag to flag, caution free so far. And we are closing in also on halfway.
We are just about 8 laps away from halfway. This 80 lap main event. DeWeese still leading the way. Still no one else coming down pit road as of yet that has not been on pit road. In the 15, got to be getting close to him coming down pit road as well. The rest of the CEM guys behind him. I'm also watching Ross Tatum in the number 1 to see when he elects to come down pit road. Brockton Packard, his teammate, not in yet either. Actually, I believe he has been in, as we see Cody Terry coming down pit road now in the 22 from 8th position. And here comes the leader, DeWeese. DeWeese makes the left turn onto pit road. Smith going to stay out to lead this lap. And his teammates Dyer and Hardison will stay out with him. So Caleb Smith will come by to lead the lap. Now the question becomes, when does the rest of CEM come down pit road? All 3 of them, 1, 2, 3 right now.
Sir, here they come. Now Caleb Smith will cycle around as a leader. Matt Dyer now to second. And here comes DeWeese in the 15 to his pit box as we watch these other drivers on racetrack. There's Caleb Smith, the new leader in the 12. Dyer, you just saw a little glimpse of him. He's there in second. Hardison, remember, Evan Coleman did not start this race. He's by virtue going to try to go to the playoffs. But if he gets bumped by a red box car like Matt Dyer as Caleb Smith comes to the pit lane. His shot for a championship is over, Greg. That's taking a big gamble as we approach halfway. And now Matt Dyer in the red ticker will go to the lead in 88.
Smith coming down pit road. Hardison coming down. I wonder if that was by design for Dyer to stay out there, get himself up front for at least a couple of laps. And at number 88, knowing that he needs a win to get himself in. Dyer. Wonder if that was by design to try to get him out front as far as he can to set him up for this next run. So we're about 5 laps from halfway. When the leader crosses the line, we don't know if it's going to be Dyer, Tatum, or someone else, because those are the guys who have yet to come down pit road, and they got to be getting close here on time to pit. We'll see if Dyer hangs left. Nope, he's going to stay out another lap, as is Tatum. Dyer, unconfirmed reports, he can still go 2 more laps into number 88. Tatum there as well. Sherwood hasn't pitted either. Working lap number 17 of this stint.
So, 36 of 80, we approach halfway. And Matt Dyer now the leader in the 88 machine. 2.5 seconds now over Ross Tatum. Rob Sherwood back to third. Drivers in green are winners of the regular season. They are going to the postseason. They will fight for a championship beginning next week in the playoffs. Drivers in red are in the cusp of the top 16. Or the top 12, actually. No, my apologies. They're in the top 20. Drivers in blue are in the top in the top 16 or top 12. Everyone else there in back. Yeah, blue's in the top 10, red's in the top 16, and all the ones in black, if they could win, they could shoot up and get a green bar, but they're pretty much done for unless some type of crazy miracle happens, as Brockton Packard is now on the pit lane again in the 24, Greg.
Packard, the teammate to Tatum. Actually, he's still out there on the racetrack. This is the 28 of Gilliam's, the Darlington winner, who is locked in. Now Packard's coming in the 24, so he's going to come down pit road this time in his tied-in, loose-off Chevy, repping his friend Tyler Stooksbury, his podcast. Here comes Dyer, the leader, as well. Looks like Tatum's going to stay out one more lap, but here's Dyer on pit road. Got some laps up front. Rob Sherwood as well. So that I believe that leaves Tatum as the only driver yet to come down pit road as you watch Sherwood and Dyer come down. Dyer needs a win. Sherwood does have a win. He won at Michigan. That man right there, Ross Tatum, he won at Martinsville to lock himself into the playoffs. However, he hasn't won since, and he's been looking for a win since then. We'll see if he comes in this time. 2 laps from halfway. But Tatum trying to get himself win number 2 on the year.
And Dyer and Sherwood are on the pit lane as well. They are did the 88 and 29 as Ross Tatum, we're watching him, the 1 car, the leader. Will he pit? Here he comes. He'll give up the lead, and it will cycle back around for the 2nd time in a row for Ross Tatum coming in. Braxton. No change in the top 3 as we approach halfway, Greg.
Be halfway in 2 laps. Gonna hand the lead back over to Altus. And Deweese had actually gotten around Altus, so it'll be Deweese who got around Altus that last time. So Deweese going to be the leader.
Okay. All right.
In.
What a job for all of these drivers. They've all made pit stops. They've all went around for the 2nd time. And so far, we are flag to flag, caution free. Coming up on halfway, let's take a look at the sawblade.com top 5 as we go to break. More coverage from New Hampshire, from Indianapolis. The SNB Cup Series continues on LSR TV. First half green. What will the 2nd half entail? Deweese looking for another win to close out the regular season.
I promise to follow through.
I promise to repair or replace your product.
I promise to get your optics back to you as soon as possible.
A promise is the foundation of our business. We call it the VIP warranty, the very important promise. It's unlimited, unconditional, and lifetime. No matter what the problem is, no matter how the problem occurred, no matter how old the product is, if it says Vortex Optics on it, we will repair or replace your product at no cost to you. Maybe it was an accident, maybe it was your fault, or even your dog's. No matter what happens, we've got you covered.
It's simple. There's no product registration, no receipts to hang on to. Just grab a box, fill out a form, ship us your product. No hassle, no questions asked.
We stand behind the quality and performance of our products, and our commitment to you extends far beyond the initial purchase. I promise.
Here at the Indian Speed, just after halfway, the SNB Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters, the final race of the regular season on LSR TV. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten, the production chair. And Greg, caution free, it's the green. Braxton DeWeese looking to be the #1 seed, if you will. Sheer domination at the Brickyard so far.
But Ty Spencer Hardison with wins out in the regular season with a victory here tonight. Hardison has been fast in the #9, currently sitting in 8th spot. Work to do as we're just past halfway in this caution free thus far. Remember, caution free last week at Homestead as well.
And there's still a lot of racing left out too. That's another thing we got to think about. We're under 38 laps to go, but Greg, there's still a lot of racing left to go here.
There really is. It's a long way to go here at Indianapolis. 2.5 miles around this historic venue. One of, if not the most historic racing venues in the nation. A lot of people, when they think, historic racing venue, their minds are going to go Daytona or Indianapolis. So much history here at this racetrack, mostly with open wheel cars. But remember, back in the mid-90s, NASCAR started coming here, and ever since then, it's just become a staple of racing for everything, open wheel and NASCAR. Even sports car racing have been coming here. But remember, moving it forward in 2021, at least, this configuration will not be what the Cup Series does here moving forward. They have run their last race on the oval for the foreseeable future. Starting in 2021, this coming season, they will be running on the road course configuration.
That's right.
So no doubt looking forward to seeing some of the road course races here on LSR TV in Indianapolis. But tonight, it's all about the oval one last time.
And in my opinion, probably one of the greatest Xfinity races of the year last year was at the Indianapolis road course during the summer.
That was, for me, that was the race of the year in all of NASCAR top 3. The Xfinity Series at the road course, for me, that was my race of the year, #1.
On board with
Dyer. On board with Dyer, who needs a win. His number 88, looking back at his teammate Hardison. Dyer needs a victory. Get himself into the playoffs. Hopefully he drank his game fuel before taking the green flag. Gets around Peterson, the lap car. Jacob Grant on pit road in the number 52.
Wow.
He's another one of those guys he's another one of those guys, Wesley, who needs a win. He's in that same boat as Dyer. He's down pit road early. Pillsbury, he's getting tires. It's going to be his 3rd set of tires used. For change, so he's going to have 2 left on pit road. He's trying the short pit strategy here. He's got 2 sets left as he comes back out. Here comes the rest of them. Wingo and Fournette, and another one coming down behind him, Tyler Stooksbury, teammate to Jacob Grant. So high five, trying some different stuff here. Remember, Grant, Stooksbury, DeWeese, and Massey, all teammates, and they're all trying different stuff pit strategy-wise. Seems like they always come together, but it's always different combinations. So different drivers trying different things here from the high five stable.
And more cars coming into the pit lane as well, as you have Stooksbury in the pits. Here comes other cars pulling out. Terry's coming out. There you see him, Cody Terry. The strategy to pit short, if you will. And this puts Braxton DeWeese still at the lead in the 15. You see him right there, working his way around. 46 of 80 laps, just after halfway, in this sheer domination by that driver in the 15. The young man out of Ohio, looking to wrap up the regular season and carry all that momentum, Greg, going into the playoffs beginning next Wednesday night.
Trying to finish this off with 3 wins on the year would be a huge one for DeWeese if he can pick this up. Altus in second, lurking in case something happens with DeWeese. Altus always up there in the mix in case something goes sour with the leaders. Altus right there once again. Caleb Smith, we haven't talked about him a whole lot, but he is running third pretty much the entire race, getting passed right now by Stooksbury, who's a lap down after the pit stop. But Caleb Smith in the 12, very quiet race, but been in the top 5 virtually since the drop of the green flags. So it's a very quiet night. Could tonight be a night he gets win number 2 on the year?
3 cars winners in the top 3. Dyer is 4th in red. Hardison in the top 5, along with Tatum, Gilliams, and Sherwood. They've all won races. You count Wingo outside the top 10 in 11th. You look at Helms and Terry currently 9th and 10th, and that's the way it stands right now.
Luis still leading. Altus, Smith, Dyer, your top 4. Hardison 5th. Now here's the thing, we've started this round of pit stops and these guys short pit pretty significantly compared to what they have been doing. So here's the question is, if you're these guys who have yet to pit, what do you do with this set of pit stops? Do you pit early to get on the same strategy as these guys, or you stick with your guns, run it out, sacrifice all that lap time, and then get it back when you pit eventually?
Yeah, I mean, you know, some of these guys short pitted and pitted a lot earlier than normal. And I don't know how that's going to turn out for them. Still got these pit cycles about to begin here. As Braxton DeWeese now getting company from Tyler Stooksbury on the inside. He'll pass him, put him back on a lap down. And here comes DeWeese on pit road.
Leader DeWeese coming down pit road. Altus behind him. See if Karis or Caleb Smith stays out. Yes, he will. So Caleb Smith going to lead the lap this time. Dyer coming down. He's going to stay out. He's going to be third of the lines. DeWeese had already crossed the line. So Smith leads the way. Dyer second. Tatum going to be third. Remember, we just saw them on pit road not too long ago. So see when they come. DeWeese pitting a little earlier than I expected him to. I expected him to go maybe another couple laps here. So interesting call. And again, he falls into that high 5 category. Just trying different stuff with each pit cycle.
So now Caleb Smith will cycle around as the leader. Matt Dyer now the second. Tatum third. There's Tatum in the position. Trying to run down Matt Dyer. There's Matt Dyer in front of him.
He's trying to get him. Meanwhile, back there behind him, that's a battle for position. Hardison and Gilliams. Gilliams breaking out to the inside. This is for 5th on the track right now. Right. Hardison has it. Gilliams wants it. Make it 4th as believe DeWeese had not yet been corrected on the scoring sheet as he now falls in where he needed to be. But Gilliams just made the pass on Hardison. That was for position. Gilliams kind of off sequence with the rest of his team earlier on that last pit cycle as well. He pitted much later than the rest of his teammates on MP Motorsports, so he can go a little bit longer than the rest of them have. Meanwhile, Tatum has gotten around Dyer for second. Smith going to stay out one more lap. We'll see if Dyer and Tatum make the left turn this time. Oh, they're going to stay out.
30 laps to go this time by when they go to the stripe.
One coming this time.
Smith, the leader, the number 12, Caleb Smith. Tatum in second, getting loose there for a moment as he into the apron of the racetrack.
Smith trying to hold on. Dover winner looking for win number 2 on the season.
Man, what a save there for him. He was dirt tracking it going into turn 1.
Maybe we can convince these guys to run some dirt here in their offseason. We'll proudly stream that here on LSR TV. Looking for more opportunities. Dirt, short track, all kinds of opportunities available. So keep your eyes peeled for more short track and more dirt content coming from LSR TV in the future.
That's right.
Other big announcements on the way as well, so stay tuned with that. Plenty of great stuff coming up on LSR TV, including the SNB Cup Series playoffs, which kick off next week.
Goes on. See Caleb Smith continue to stay at the top of the scoring pylon as the leader. Almost 7 seconds back is the man right there in second. Of Ross Tatum.
See Smith this time.
Matt Dyer behind him. Yeah, they have, we're going to see if they're pitting.
I think Smith is coming this time. Yes, here he comes. We'll see if his teammates Dyer and Hardison come down. I believe Hardison was signaling he was coming. Dyer's going to stay out again. So Matt Dyer stays out. Smith comes down. Hardison coming down. So 2 of the 3 CEM drivers come down. Remember, Evan Coleman, the 4th member of CEM, he's here, but he's not in the race. He's helping them out. So Coleman kind of giving them advice, watching the race, seeing what everyone else is doing, and then going from there, giving them advice on what he thinks they should do as a teammate.
And might we say, Greg, he's taken a big gamble from not starting this race tonight.
This is a huge gamble.
Yes.
This is a huge gamble for Coleman.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
And remember, Jack Ely took the green flag. The other driver above the cutoff line, he did not even make it a lap before connection issues happened. Those happened right at the start of the race. You watch leader Ross Tatum now in the number 1. So Ely also in trouble right now. The blue bar. If a red driver wins, one of those 2 is out. Coleman and Ely. The question is, which one is it? Oh, we got problems.
Spin.
One car stopped on the track, and the caution is out. It's Zach Peterson in the 96, right in the middle.
Caution out for Zach Peterson. Here's your swag replay. First yellow flag of the night. Into the wall out of 4 and lost it. Back the rear end of the car into the pit retaining wall, and there you see the end result for that.
Here you see the caution lights come on, so
Pete Utter. Go ahead, Greg.
Making it well over halfway before the first caution comes out. Going back to last week at Homestead, where it went caution free, they got to do some quick math here. They went 187 laps total caution free. Fantastic job by these drivers. Unfortunately, the streak comes to an end as Peterson hits the wall off of turn number 4 and it loops him. So now this is going to throw a wrinkle into everyone's pit strategy as well, Wesley. These guys, aside from Tatum, only have 2 sets of tires left on pit road. Tatum still has 3.
That's the question. Hold up the green flag. Here they come on the pit lane. Any takers? Yes.
Everybody. Bobby Helms staying out.
Dyer, Pack, all of them.
Everyone on the lead lap.
Luis is in.
Everyone on the lead lap with the exception of the Baps boys. Wingo and Fournette coming down. Or they're staying out. Rest of the field on pit road. Dyer and Tatum both have 3 sets of tires left. A little bit of a slide there, so this is going to throw a wrinkle in everybody's strategy here. Well, Massey missed his pit stall in the 4. This is going to change the entire complexion of this race.
Certainly will. Here comes the cavalry off pit lane. Ross Tatum got a good jump in front of Deweese and Moore. Packard off the pit lane as well. There you see them as they exit off the pits. up. Closing with 55 complete when they come back around. Tucker Wingo, the leader. Cody Fournette, Caleb Smith, Spencer Hardison. They did not pit. Ross Tatum in first, out first, along with Gilliams, Dyer, DeWeese, Altus, and Rob Sherwood, your top 10. Ready for a 25-lap shootout at the Brickyard. Who's going to kiss the Vertarda bricks when we return the green flag and the race in the SNB Cup Series? For coverage in your home for sim racing, SR TV.
BB Squared from Big and J Long Range Attractants. BB Squared is an 18% protein. It's got your crude fat and your vitamins and your minerals that deer absolutely need for nutrition. It's got a powerful aroma that draws deer from far and wide. Put it in front of your trail camera, put it in front of your stand. Ultimately, BB Squared will increase your success rate out in the woods. BB Squared from Big and J Long Range Attractants.
Back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we approach the final 25 laps of this event. Tucker Wingo, Cody Fournette will be on the outside of the front row. Greg, when we get ready to settle this here, Fournette looking for a win. If he can pull it off, he's right now in that second spot. That last cycle of green flag run, he had 9 positions he climbed.
Remember, though, Wingo and Fournette stayed out on that caution. Everybody else came down pit road, so they're on much older tires than the rest of the field right now. They went with a gutsy call here to save a set of tires for a late push. Here's the thing. They might be thinking cautions are about to breed cautions. So Wingo and Fournette on a different strategy. Bold moves staying out on those old tires.
And we have seen that happen before. Now as we wrap up our first yellow flag of the race, the pace truck is on the pit lane. Wingo, Fournette, side by side. We're kicking the asphalt extended as we go back to green here at the Brickyard.
Tucker Wingo going for a slide there in turn number 4 right as we open the mics up. He's going to lose a lot of spots there. Remember, him and Fournette on older tires have already fallen outside of the top 10. So a gutsy call by Wingo and Fournette. They're going to have to pit much earlier than these guys, but when they do, they will have much fresher tires than them. As now another slide. That was Jacob Grant in the number 52. Over the slide. Ross Tatum has made his way back up to the front, now battling with Braxton DeWeese. Now everyone, with the exception of Wingo and Fournette, on the same pit strategy. So now we're kind of seeing what we saw at the start of the race as we go to the drone cam for the first time here tonight. Again, all aerial coverage presented by All American Pools. Tatum leads, DeWeese second, Matt Dyer in third. So Dyer has crept his way back up into the picture with Smith and Hardison rounding out the rest of the top 5. So you got Blackjack Racing with Ross Tatum leading the way. Then High Five with DeWeese, and then CEM's 3 representatives tonight, Dyer, Smith, Hardison, all in the top 5.
And I still say this, keep your eye on Matt Dyer in that number 88 machine, kind of laying back, playing possum. If they have a problem, this is going to be the opportunity that Dyer could use on Tatum and DeWeese. We got 20 laps to go this time by when they come to the line, Greg. And Matt Dyer on the cusp of doing what he needs to do to get a win. I think he's hanging back, staying out of their way.
Dyer just kind of lurking, letting them race it out. Tatum, DeWeese breaking away at the front. Remember, DeWeese has been up front for a majority of this race. He hasn't really had to contend with drivers on the same pit strategy as himself. So this is his first real test of the day, having to get around Ross Tatum. And we know Tatum and DeWeese, they're going to go hard-nosed with each other. Here we go for the lead. DeWeese going to make the move to the inside with 20 to go. DeWeese back out front.
Shades of where he went, take the lead on Altus earlier in the race, and he got it done. And now Braxton DeWeese, the wild card, the man in the number 15, stays back out in front again. Sheer domination for this driver in the 15 tonight.
DeWeese leading the way, Tatum second, but Dyer's closing in, Wesley. Matt Dyer chipped away quite a bit of the gap that last time by. Looks like he's going to do the same here. Trying to close in on these guys, but DeWeese able to get to the front with Tatum, 2 very hard-nosed racers. And then you got a guy fighting for his life as far as the playoffs go in Dyer. Looking very nice right now for Dyer if he can get up there with Tatum and DeWeese. Pulling away from Smith. Top 3 cars going to be a broken away here very quickly.
Under 20 laps to go, working at lap number 61. DeWeese and Tatum, Matt Dyer down to third. We mentioned him, there he is. Ready to pounce on this field, and we got a caution on the speedway. Yellow flag is out. Second time here at the Brickyard.
And this is what Fournette and Bingo were looking for. I believe it was Jacob Grant with issues. Oh no, did he run into the tire barrier? Oh no, Jacob Grant running into the tire barrier, perhaps. Going back a little bit more. I believe this is coming off of turn number 4 right here. We'll see what happens. Fighting for his playoff life. He was trying to come down. He was trying to come down pit road.
Oh no, he hit the
he locked the tires
wall.
up. He was trying to slow it down. Trying to slow it down to make it on the pit road and keep it under pit road speed, and locked him up.
I would say that's better than hitting head on the pit entrance barrier.
That's much gooder than that's much gooder than that. Jacob Grant,
18 laps to go. And I got a feeling everybody's coming. I got a feeling everybody's about to pit, Greg.
Oh,
this is the money stop coming up.
I've got no doubts that Wingo and Fournette are coming, but I don't know. They only have 1 set of tires left on pit road, with the exception of Grant. Or not, excuse me, not Grant. Wingo and Fournette. Fournette and Wingo still have 2. Everyone else only has 1 set left. So you might see some guys try something different here. Just to see what happens.
2 tires? Maybe 2 tires?
Maybe. We haven't gotten it confirmed. We were talking about it on one of our more recent broadcasts of, I believe it was the Straight Cash Money series. We saw Garrett Maines try this late, but they have the 3 tire limit series, or 3 sets tire limit in that series. We were discussing it, myself and Charles were, because we thought maybe there was a change. Now, the way it worked, everyone's coming down pit road, so we'll see what happens. And if they do, this is the money stop. But here's the thing. For many, many years, 2 tire stops counted as a full set of tires. So even if you just took 2, you lost that left set for the remainder of the race. We were wondering if, with the recent updates to iRacing, we have yet to get it confirmed if that has changed. And if you take that set of right side tires, you still have the set of left sides for later. That came into conversation on Sunday night or Sunday morning in that series. Wow, quite a few drivers missing their pit stall. Braxton Deweese, he missed his pit stall by 2 in the number 24. Dyer slid through his pit stall just a little bit as well. He had to back it up. The rest of the field rolling.
Everybody in the top 15 coming to the pit lane, and here comes Braxton Deweese in first and off first.
Looked like everyone took 4. Deweese able to beat Tatum off, then Smith. The big loser on that one was Dyer, losing 2 spots to both Smith and Rob Sherwood. But one took 4 there, so by my announcer math, that's all the tires they've got. Burnett and Wingo still have a set of tires left.
17 to go. Quick break. We come back with more from Indianapolis at the Brickyard, the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters, your home for sim racing. LSR TV.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Lights will go off of the pace truck this time by when they cross the yard of bricks here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll come back to green here next time around. It will be 15 laps, a 15-lap shootout after the completion of our second caution. Just a couple of single caution incidents, stopping action. One for Zachary Peterson when he hit the wall off of turn 4 on the front straightaway, and then the most recent one for the driver in the 52 of Jacob Grant. And, man, I'll tell you, Greg, that is a tough break for him.
Yeah, he was one of those guys fighting for a playoff spot, and he has parked it for the day. That's going to end his championship hopes, but he will still have the final 3 races to make a go for it. But, Wesley, one guy who can definitely breathe a sigh of relief is Evan Coleman in the 51, and Jack Ely in the 54, because that's 1 bullet dodged. Question is, what's going to happen with the rest of them?
Want to remind you again for Thursday coverage, the NASRA Midgets will be in action. LSR TV coverage. Greg Rentz and Charles Wooten will be on the call for that. Normally, we would be covering the Northwest Truck Series. There is one race that remains, the championship race. It has been moved to Monday, this Monday, January the 25th. Airtime at 11:45. Same as the time on Thursday for the trucks. Justin Prince, Greg Rentz, and myself will be on the call for that race for the championship of the West Main App Auto Parts Truck Series playoffs. And we got a doubleheader coming up this Saturday and Sunday for the Northwest iRacing Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products. We'll have that for you, Charles, Greg, and I, on Saturday and Sunday around 10:15
I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that one, Wesley, as we'll talk a little bit more about that after this restart, because we're fanning out 3 wide going into turn number 1. They are getting dicey now. It's time to race for not just a win, but it's time to fight for your playoff life. If you got a red bar, Dyer's in trouble.
Contact, look out, Matt Dyer.
Dyer and Sherwood get together. Dyer with a big slide, big slide, big slide, saves it. Matt Dyer may have just saved the season right there. He's got to get it back now, but wow, unbelievable save by Matt Dyer.
4 wide.
And Dyer's still in trouble. However, if he catches a caution, he might be able to get some of that damage repaired. Drivers do have a fast repair available to him, so Dyer still has that in the bank. But wow, That save may just save the season. However, he is very, very far shuffled now. He's going to need a miracle.
Man, how in the world did he not get crashed there? Wow.
He fell from 5th to 13th after contact with Rob Sherwood in the 29. Up front, Deweese, Tatum, and Smith have broken away.
What a piece of driving. And now we watch them again work their way into the short chute, into 3 and 4. 14, make it 13 to go this time by. Cody Terry getting a little loose there. Altus is closed in on him. Packard, Stooksbury in front of him. He'll clear him. All 4.
Tatum trying to hold off Smith. And what this battle is going to do is that's going to allow Deweese to open it up a little bit. Remember, Deweese is looking for win number 3 on the season to tie Spencer Hardison for the most on the season. And with Altus currently mired back in 8th, Deweese is looking to lock up the regular season championship as well in the number 15. So here he is trying to get a big victory for multiple reasons tonight.
Trying to stay in contention, as you will, as you said. 13 to go, 12 to go at the line this time by. Deweese is out in front over Tatum, over Smith, Sherwood, Hardison, Wingo. 6 are all winners. They're all going to the playoffs next week in that 3-race championship series. And that's it, Greg. No, that's what I was going to say. That's it. There's no round of 16, round of 12, round of 8, championship 4. It is those drivers, 3 rounds, fighting for a championship.
3 races to determine a champion. It's going to be wild the next 3 weeks here of the SNB Cup Series. They're taking the week off, though. They're taking Daytona week off because a good portion of the drivers in this race will be down at Daytona helping out NASCAR teams. They are members of real-life NASCAR teams that will be down there helping out. We're going to be missing a very large chunk of drivers here, so they're going to take Daytona week off and then finish out the rest of the season.
Yeah, less than 25. Oh, wow, Matt Dyer took out a cone, by the way. He took out the pit entrance cone. Matt Dyer, 88, but he'll save it. Looks like he got shuffled out of line. Matt Dyer all the way back to 13th, 14th. He did not need this.
Strong run, as unfortunately looks like it has gone by the wayside for Dyer. He needs a caution, and he needs to come in and get that damage repaired. He's keying up on race communications right now. Definitely not happy in the number 88. He needs a caution, and with just 11 laps coming to 10 to go this time, Dyer's watching his championship hopes fade away here. He needed a win, was doing what he needed to do to get himself in position to win. Unfortunately, ever since this last restart, it has just slipped away. And Dyer, we're watching the 88 car to see. He's going to stay out on the track right now, but he's going to be 14th in line with just 10 laps to go. Dyer, his season might be coming to an end here. Oh, there it is. Contact in front of him. Brockton Packard going for a slide. We stay green.
Wow.
Cody Fournette and Brockton Packard made contact. I thought for sure that was going to be a caution, and that was what Dyer needed. But let's go back and take a look at the swag replay. Watch the save by Brockton Packard here after the contact with Fournette. This is right in front of Dyer. Dyer right back there in the yellow car. There you see Fournette and Packard making the battle. Going into turn 1 right there.
And
I thought for sure that was a caution. Unreal save by Brockton Packard. That's the save of the year right there for the SNB Cup Series.
What a save for the 24. Now he falls all the way back to 14th. But no caution. By the way, under 10 laps to go now as well. 10 remaining. Braxton Deweese continuing to lead. Tatum, Smith, Sherwood, Wingo now puts the 99 in the top 5. And there's Fournette and Packard battling again for that spot.
Fournette and Packard continue. Actually, that's Fournette and Dyer and Gilliams.
Yep.
The 28 Dyer gets another spot. Now going for Fournette. Put him 11th. Gilliams in the 28. Lurking behind him. Long way up to Keenan Massey, though, in the 10th position. Dyer cannot clear around Fournette this time. Two drivers with red. Into the win. Ooh, Dyer. He's getting really close. Dyer's going to go all out now. Dyer's got to go for it from here on. He's got to just go guns blazing for the rest of the race. But he's having a hard time getting around Fournette. Fournette able to pinch him off in the corners there. And Dyer not able to get the run on exit. This time he might be able to in turn number 2. Got a little bit of a draft there from Gilliams. He will clear Fournette for 11th.
He will.
But up front, Deweese and Tatum have pulled away from Caleb Smith a little bit. Still half a second separation between Tatum and Deweese. Coming to 7 laps to go.
Now down to the wire. Watching these drivers fight it out as Deweese staying out in front of that number 15. Tatum, Smith, Wingo, Sherwood. Greg, what a run for Rob Sherwood. Got to give him some mad props. He's in the top 5 right now.
Very strong few weeks for Rob Sherwood, including that win at Michigan. He was one of those drivers who struggled in the first half, but got things turned around right around the halfway point of the regular season. Has been very strong since the halfway point. Got that win at Michigan, came up short in a heartbreaker at Chicago, running out of fuel, coming to the checkered flag, got passed by Hardison, coming to the line. Sherwood, very good recovery though. Under pressure from Hardison now, who has gotten around. No, Wingo got around Sherwood, so Wingo up a spot. Remember, Wingo on those fresher tires. Could he steal it here with 5 laps to go next time by?
5 to go at line. Deweese and Tatum and Smith, Wingo. Sherwood, the top 5. Greg, can Deweese go the finish? Can Tatum and Smith go the finish, do you think, on pit stops and fuel?
They can go to the finish. My question is, can Wingo catch him in the number 99? 3.7 seconds back. He's going to need to go, and he's going to have to start digging. And I don't know, though.
Yes, the cliche is if you're going to go, you better go now because time is of the essence. When they come back around, it'll be 5 laps to go. 5 remaining here at the Brickyard.
Gap between Deweese and Wingo was 3.7. No, Deweese was faster that time. So Deweese now, he's just got to put his head down, hit his marks, and keep opening it up over Tatum, and he'll be rolling to win number 3 of the season.
And remember, Evan Coleman, if a green car wins on the scoring ticker like Deweese, he punches his ticket to the playoffs. This strategy boldly might play off in his advantage, Greg Rentz.
He did it. Give a green driver to get the win. Right now, he's sitting pretty with that, with the top 5, 6, 7, all in green. Tewksbury too far back to be able to make the playoffs as he's outside the top 20 in points, missing a few races on the season. Right now, Coleman and Ely going to be breathing a big sigh of relief, especially Ely, because he took the green flag and then dropped out. Right at the green flag, had the connection issues, so that could have been disastrous for Ely, but looks like he will be able to hold on.
Laps winding down, 4 to go. And Deweese continues the lead. There's Smith, Caleb Smith, he's in 3rd. There you see the rest of the guys, Hardison, Sherwood, top 5 in a pack there with Hardison, Altus, Sherwood. In that battle going on. Tewksbury on the outside looking in as well.
Tewksbury just trying to end the regular season with a strong finish here to build some momentum moving into the playoffs. He contended for wins early in the season, got a pole at New Hampshire. Unfortunately, missing some races down the stretch has relegated him outside of the top 20 and out of the gap for the playoffs. But he has been strong this season. Do not discredit that from Stewksbury. A pole at New Hampshire, some very strong runs at Las Vegas and other tracks. Looked very, very strong early. Kansas had a good run. Oh, one car in the wall. That was Cody Terry. Fighting. Gonna hang on to it. There's just 3 laps to go. Braxton DeWeese's heart skipped a beat when he got that communications from his team, but looks like he's good to go now.
3 to go, 2 to go, next time by. And DeWeese continuing to pick him up and put him down here at the Brickyard. Open hand, now 2 remaining. Bullhorns are up, as they say. DeWeese gone. Tatum, can he catch him? Running out of time. Smith as well. Interval at 4 seconds back with Smith and Wingo. Hardison 5.5 back. DeWeese looking for another win on the series. It would be his 4th win, and also if you count an all-star win, 4, but his 3rd points win if he pulls this off, Greg.
Got about 3 miles left to go. Coming around, Ross Tatum still lurking a second back, ready to capitalize if something goes sour with the 15 here in the next lap. Comes off of turn number 4. DeWeese looking for win number 3 on the season. Can get the white flag from Barney the Flagman in the CRN. 1 to go. 1 to go in the regular season. Braxton DeWeese takes the white flag.
1 more lap go. It's on to the playoffs from here. And this man will punch his ticket as the number 1 seed. Braxton DeWeese continues to hit his marks into turn number 1 and 2 on the short chute for the final time. Back straightaway. DeWeese, Tatum, Smith, Wingo, Hardison, single file. No change in the top 5 to the back straightaway.
Down into turn number 3 for the final time. Evan Coleman and Jack Ely, you guys can breathe a sigh of relief as you guys are going to the playoffs, as Braxton DeWeese is going to come off of turn number 4, his 3rd win of the season, tying him for the most in the series regular season champion. Braxton DeWeese gets it done. He wins the Big and J Brickyard 200.
There you go. Congratulations to DeWeese again. 4th win, 3 points wins the All-Star race win at Charlotte. And can you say, Greg, he is carrying that momentum going into the playoffs beginning next Wednesday night.
Great job by Braxton DeWeese to get it done here tonight. Caleb Smith coming up to say congratulations. They will fight it out in the playoffs. But wow, what an effort for Braxton DeWeese. Josh Altus, it was a battle to the end between him and DeWeese for the regular season championship. DeWeese should have it locked up. Tyler Stewksbury up there saying congratulations to his teammate. Ross Tatum finishes 2nd. Great effort for him. Oh, some contact after the fact between Smith.
Wow.
And another driver. It was Smith and Dyer. The teammates that made contact there. Nothing intentional by any means. But it's all about the young man in the 15 getting it done tonight for the 3rd time this season. Regular season champion. A big win for Braxton DeWeese. He's going to put it down on the strip of bricks. His 3rd win of the season. I believe he's going to be tied with Hardison for the number 1 seed in the playoffs. And here he is, a very, very happy young man, going to light it up. Just kiss the outside wall. Braxton DeWeese gets it done. Wesley, let's take a look at the Saw Blade unofficial results.
Oh, and by the way, Greg, Evan Coleman going to the playoffs. Wow. Unofficial results presented by SawBlade.com. Braxton DeWeese, the winner. Ross Tatum 2nd. Celebrating there, you see him still. Caleb Smith 3rd. Tucker Wingo 4th. Spencer Hardison the top 5. Altus, Stewksbury, Sherwood, Massey, Gilliams, all top 10 here at the Brickyard.
Cody Terry comes home in 11th after hitting the wall late. Matt Dyer has a great run. Unfortunately, comes up short. He finishes 12th. His regular championship hopes dashed. Cody Fournette, Brockton Packard, Robbie Helms, top 15. Drivers that did not finish the race: Zach Peterson and Jacob Grant. Jack Ely did not start the race. Logan Slavoski was race control. When we come back, we will talk to our top 3 and we will preview the 3 race playoffs coming up here live on LSR TV. We'll be right back to talk with our top 3.
Welcome back to the SNB Cup Series from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The regular season is done. Next Wednesday night, it is the playoffs. We're going to talk to the top 3 drivers here from the Brickyard, starting off with Caleb Smith, driver the number 12. Caleb, for CEM Motorsports, your take on this race, bud?
It just turning left. I'm not going to lie to you. There was 2 cautions. One that came out, kind of broke up the strategy a little bit. And then we got everything figured out. And then the last caution that had come out really broke up the strategy. So, but I think the late race caution coming out kind of, I wouldn't say gave me P3, but it definitely got me there. So, I hate it for Matt. He got in contact with Rob coming out of 1, and it kind of sent him down the order. So he really needed to win tonight to get him into the playoffs. But, you know, we'll move on.
Caleb, talk about reassessing the strategy after that second caution. You mentioned that was when the strategy really got turned on its lid. Talk about what you and your teammates, Matt Dyer and Spencer Hardison, discussed under that caution, knowing the strategy was all thrown out the window now. What did you guys decide to do moving forward for that finish?
Well, prior to the caution coming out, Matt runs caps, so we know when we can make it on fuel. So as soon as the caution came out, the light turned green to make it. So as soon as the caution came out, everyone could make it. So as long as they pitted. So, yeah, there was really no strategy after that because we knew we could make it. But we really tried to get Matt up there. But like I said, it didn't end up very well.
All right, buddy, it's on to the playoffs. Real quickly, thank your sponsors, and we'll see you next Wednesday night.
Yes, so start off Rep Energy and Race Sports. If you use code SMITTY15 checkout, you get 15% off. So go to repsports.com, get your energy drinks. Want to thank the team, CEM Motorsports, Matt Dyer, Evan Coleman, Spencer Hardison, fantastic team, and you guys for broadcasting, and Appalachian Holler Hunters.
There's the thoughts again. There's the thoughts of the driver again of Caleb Smith. He will settle for a number 3 position. Runner-up in the race, we're going to talk to the driver of Ross Tatum, the number 1 machine. Ross, you'll settle for second. What's your take of this race, man? You tried.
I definitely didn't have the speed that Braxton had tonight, but played a little bit of strategy, got a second out of it. I really can't complain. Just nice to have a good clean finish for me this year. It's been tough to come by, but I did it, and so pretty proud about that.
Caleb, I'm going to Ross, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Caleb. Sorry about that. That second caution, the one that really messed up the strategy, what was your thoughts with that, knowing that, okay, what we had going that entire race is now out the window? And did you think to try to set up for a run to the finish, or were you thinking there was going to be another caution at the end there?
Coming into the race, I really didn't have any type of strategy, so I was just running as long as I could, and I thought I could make it on 3 stops, 4 stops, something like that, but it turns out I would have been 3 laps short, so I'm actually pretty glad that caution came out, and where I got to restart up front, it really helped me. Track position was everything tonight, and as you saw Braxton there at the end, once he got out in front, I mean, there was just nothing you could do. Dirty air was pretty bad tonight.
Well, it's on to the playoffs. What's it going to take in this 3-race series, Ross, to try to be the champion at the 3-race series end?
For me, I just got to survive Watkins Glen, and then after that, I think I'm pretty good at the last 3 tracks, but Watkins Glen is definitely the wild card for me.
All right, we'll see what happens. There's the thoughts of the driver of Ross Tatum. Ross, thank your sponsors, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it. I got to thank Coca-Cola for paying the bills, and then special thank you to Agent NASCAR and Brockton Packard. Agent NASCAR's made my last 3 paint schemes, and I think he'll do it the rest of the year, and all of them are awesome, so everybody should go check them out on Instagram.
All right, there's the thoughts of the driver, the number 1, Ross Tatum. Again, second here tonight in the Brickyard. In the victory lane we go. His 4th overall win on the SNB Cup Series, counting the All-Star race. His 3rd points win. Driver to number 15 out of Ohio for High Five Racing. And pretty sure much sums up he'll be in the number 1 seed when the playoffs battle begin next Wednesday. Driver Braxton DeWeese. Braxton, congratulations. Just a dominating performance for you in the 15 tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. I really wanted to qualify up front and really try to dominate as much as I could. That was my goal for the race. We achieved that pretty good. I'm happy for the pit stops that we made. Our fuel strategy, I felt like, was on point the whole race. I felt like I definitely was the car to beat. It just felt great all in all. It was a good race.
Braxton, you were the fastest car here all day long in practice and qualifying during the race. Did you put up a lot of practice laps entering tonight, or was it just more of a see what you got when you unload on race day?
For every week, I try to get a little head start before practice, since practice is only 30 minutes. So with the help of Keenan Massey, putting up practice sessions here at Indy, and just for the previous weeks for practice, really helped me out. Practice session that me and him did today, just me and him, really helped me out with the strategy and what I should do tonight. So I really appreciate him for that, and helped me out.
So now we reset Braxton. Playoffs, Watkins Glen next Wednesday night. What's it going to take to be there at the end of the 3-race series to be champion?
Do what I did tonight, qualify up front, and try to be out front as much as possible. That's my goal for every race from here on out, so see what we can do.
All right, thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I want to thank the family and friends and fans that all tune in and support me. Pretty cool, and I really do appreciate it. Ron's Pizza for being the main sponsor of the car. Zimmerman Concrete. I thank Vince Publical. I want to thank Scott Martin at Jeff Schmidt. Thank Ravenwood Enterprise. NASCAR Technical Institute, since I'll be going there this year, or beginning of August. So that's pretty cool and exciting. And I want to thank High Five for letting me drive the 15 car for him. Pretty cool. I appreciate it.
All-star win, 3 points wins, and the number 1 seed player in Indianapolis for High Five Racing, Braxton DeWeese in the number 15 machine. And now we reset the championship on the line. It all begins next Wednesday night at the Watkins Glen International Road Course on Virtual iRacing. Greg, your final thoughts as we wrap up Indy and we begin the quest for that Season 2 championship for the SNB Cup Series next Wednesday.
Oh, now it's on, Wesley. Regular season was great to watch. So many different winners, so much competitive action, but it is on now. 3 races, 10 drivers. It is on now. You're going to want to set your reminders for the remaining SNB Cup Series broadcasts here on LSR TV because it is going to be a wild finish to the season. Just 3 races to go to determine a champion. We've seen how competitive the series is. I can't wait to see what's next.
Should be exciting. We'll have it for you along the way on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. And again, tomorrow night, the NASRA Midgets, Greg Rentz and Charles Wooten will have coverage of that. We got a doubleheader for you for the Northwest iRacing Tour and the Cash Money Series at Saturday and Sunday. And then, of course, again on Monday, the championship of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Playoffs. All of that on the way at LiveSimRacingTV.com. In the production chair, as always, Charles Wooten. For Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland. Regular season done. It's on to decide a champion in Season 2 of the S&B Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. God bless you all. Please keep on praying for America. We need it. And thank you for watching.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support